everyone, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo! Last time, we spent some time with Shizune in the student council room, and she may have admitted that she and Misha had a bit of a fight. I wonder if we're going to learn more about that. Well, enough talking, let's get back into it. The next day, I walk up to my usual vending machine at lunch, only to find that it's out of my favorite drink. Secreted so far away from most of the classrooms, between a storeroom and the library, it's like no one knew about it. I expected a vending machine so close to the library to be booming with customers, but then again, the library is empty most of the time, and anyone who goes there is only doing it to look for stuff to pad a paper with. No one stays there longer than they absolutely have to. For the past month, it's been working out in my favor. But the trade-off with the vending machine no one knows about is that it's never restocked. Settling for a can of orange soda, I decided on drinking it here instead of waiting until I get to the cafeteria when the library door opens next to me. Oh, hi, Yuko.
I've been looking for you.
Oh, okay. Yuko seems to be acting a lot more assertive than usual today, although it isn't enough to keep her from going back to mumbling immediately afterwards.
Return your books, please. I mean, the library's books. The books you checked out are really overdue. Some of them are on waiting lists.
Oops! I forgot. I keep checking out new ones and forget to return the old ones. Jeez. Forget to return the old ones.
That happens to me all the time at the university library. It's so embarrassing.
Did they send someone to try to get you to bring them back?
No, the university library is bigger. They don't notice if I happen to borrow something longer than normal. It's convenient because their policy on keeping the books too long is really strict. Stricter than here.
I like how despite what she said, Yuko has no problem with borrowing books for longer than she is supposed to anyway. It makes her being so on top of my own lateness a little hypocritical. It takes a thief, I guess. Catching on to the meaning of her words at around the same time I do, Yuko clams up and starts backpedaling furiously.
That's different from this situation. It's totally different.
How is that different? Yuko stares at her nails for a second as if she really wants to bite them, but is too self-conscious to do so.
For instance, how long it's been. You checked out some of these books months ago, Hisao. Sorry. It's just that other people want to read them too. If you're a slow reader, that's okay though.
No, it's a total screw-up on my part. To be honest, I haven't even read some of them. I shouldn't keep taking out books when I have a backlog. And I shouldn't be starting on more visual novels and anime when I have an entire backlog. Theoretically.
That's not good.
Yeah, it really isn't. Agreed. Now I'm starting to copy her habit of trailing off quietly. Her awkwardness is very contagious for some reason. That said, I'm surprised. Yuko seems almost normal today, although every now and then her waitress-y nervous tics keep popping back up. Come to think of it, she didn't act this way when I first met her. She was a little clumsy and neurotic, but it wasn't anywhere near this severe until Shizune, Misha, and I ran into her at the Shanghai. It could be that Yuko has a complex about having kids from the school seeing her waitressing. I guess it was a little odd for her to pick the closest cafe to the school to work in then. In that case, maybe the place having so few customers could be considered a lucky break. Well, I get it. I'll return them right after school.
As soon as possible, please. Wait, can I ask you for one more thing?
Sure, what is it?
I have to go for a while, but I can't just leave the library empty. Sorry, but can I ask you to watch it while I'm gone? Just for a little bit. I'll be right back as soon as possible. You're in student council, so I'm sure you did it. So I'm sure if you did it, it would be okay.
Alright, I'll do it. Don't worry.
Thank you!
Didn't even let me finish. Yuko quickly slides forward as if she's so grateful she is about to give me a hug, but she stops 2 centimeters into it, which ultimately makes the gesture look extremely confusing. I'm also surprised that she can control her momentum so well, since she seems kind of clumsy. Before I can say as much as you're welcome, she is already dashing off with the urgency of someone late to an appointment. That could be the case, but I wouldn't feel safe assuming so. It's Yuko, and she seems like the kind of person to treat everything that way. Now that I'm in the library, I feel a bit silly. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Should I sit down where I normally would and read? I probably would do, but wouldn't meet to Yuko's high standards. Maybe I should sit at the librarian's desk and give anyone who comes in a stern and analytical glare. I use Shizune's as a starting point and practice it a couple times in the mirrored surface of a pen. I think it looks pretty good. Frustratingly, no one comes in, so I give up on the idea quickly and decide to let's go looking for Hanako instead. It's deserted. I think I see someone, but the second I blink, whoever it is gone. As soon as I return to Yuko's desk and crack open an interesting-looking book, a familiar person swings in front of me like a falling pendulum. Oh, Kenji! Hey? Yo, librarian! I've been looking for you for like 10 minutes. What? It's you? Man, you must really get around, or the student council makes you get around. Those witches. How could they? Slave drivers! He must be exaggerating, because it took me 30 seconds just to do a slow walk around the place. The thought is overridden by my surprise to see him. Where did you come from? What are you doing here? What? Can't a guy go to the library now? I can't even go to the library with some young buck like you giving me the third degree over it. I see some girl coming in here all the time, but no one ever asks her what she's doing here. Is it because she reads and I don't? He must be talking about Hanako. Although I suppose they both avoid people, I want to tell him that reading is what you usually do in a library. So if he's not reading, whatever he's doing is bound to make him look way more suspicious than her. In the end, though, I'm too surprised by him practically appearing out of thin air. That doesn't tell me what you are doing here. I'm here because of you. Huh? Me? His response makes me feel confused. Maybe I fell asleep and this is all some weird dream and this Kenji isn't real, but really my subconscious. I suggest you start pinching yourself. Is he going to start giving me deep but vaguely worried advice now? Because of you, I got chased out of my dorm by feminists. Now I wander this library like a soldier without a country. Or a ghost. I should hunt you for ruining things for me. It's a shame. It would have been an interesting dream, but it seems like this is the real deal. Yeah, you had to start working with the women that brought them to my door. You remember that? You should, since you were there. After that day, I knew they were onto me. I should have trusted my instincts, but I was young and stupid. That wasn't even a week ago. Then my dad called and said one of my letters hadn't been delivered. The post office couldn't have lost it, so it must have been intercepted. Information warfare! That's when I knew my secret hideout was compromised. Now I'm on the run, like a fugitive. It's code red! Dorm rooms aren't secret. They put your name and number on a board right in the doorway. I know! I saw that! They're diabolical. Why not just put up a big Wild West Wanted poster if they're gonna be like that? Wanted! Dead or alive. Probably alive. So they can clone me or turn me into a grasshopper. Why won't those things stop popping up? Jumping without warning into the empty chair opposite me, Kenji takes out a cigarette and starts spinning it between his fingers. I've never seen him smoking before, so it must be for effect. Well, he better not smoke in the library. I mean, it may be empty, but still. I can't even live where I want to anymore. This is where it all begins. The tactical brilliance. I mean, once they're in your home, it's over, like termites. If the feminist plan for dominance starts there, where the heck can we go? The only question now is how they could take a page out of the termite playbook when women are naturally repelled by wood. You can never go home again. Is that how the saying goes? Man, I don't know about never. I was just there. I don't know anywhere else I can shower and get new clothes, and eat, and use the bathroom, and watch TV. I have to keep watching the news to keep informed. Someone ousted from his dorm room and living on the run, he sure has no qualms about going back there several times a day for long periods of time. But by now, he slowly turned away from me and is talking to a revolving display of murder mysteries. There's really no point in interrupting him, I guess. I finish off my soda and throw the can into the basket near the door. It hits the rim, but goes in anyway. I silently pump my fist. Kenji quickly gets up and starts head towards the door. I wasn't really paying much attention. I hope I didn't fist bump at an inappropriate moment. Where are you going?
You keep sucking down that juice.
So? It wasn't even juice. It was soda. And it's gone now. And what do you mean sucking it down? I had 2 sips.
Yeah, right. You had like 50 million sips.
That's not even possible. Well, if you had like a giant can of soda, like really giant, no, it still won't be possible.
Maybe for you, I go beyond the impossible all the time. Okay, whatever. Now I'm thirsty too. I'm going to get my own juice. I'll be right back.
He does come almost right back, so quickly that I suspect he knows about my secret vending machine.
I got you one too. Hope you like grape juice. We're even for the pizza now.
Thanks. I want to tell him that I lent him nearly 10 times the cost of a can of grape juice, but that may make me seem petty. Unopposed, Kenji sits down and starts furiously drinking juice like a man with a vendetta against grapes.
You know, it's a lucky break for me that I managed to run into you here, man. I kinda need you to do me a favor.
Although it's cynical, I wonder if him getting me juice was so he could ask me for this favor. If so, it's very transparent and poorly timed. I doubt Kenji would think about something so deeply, though. Just asking for things straight out is more his style.
I need you to recommend me some books.
But I thought you didn't read.
How did you know?
You told me. You said you think people discriminate against you because you don't read.
Well, they do. And I do read. I read audiobooks, because that's the way of the future.
Is it more like listening to audiobooks?
Whatever. I have to read a book a month for literary studies, though, and I found out that the school doesn't really accept such classics as advanced cryptography. If I don't read a bunch of books, they're gonna fail me. I can't fail literary studies. That would make me illiterate. It would mean my mom was right. My mom can't be right. I'll just have to study literacy as much as possible.
What about doing some extra credit?
No thanks. It's bad enough that I'm gonna have to carry around these stupid things now.
He picks up a dictionary, flips through it, and places it on the murder mystery rack behind him.
Can't believe this is actually the medium that our ancestors used to look at
adult content. I spill my drink all over the book I'm still holding, damaging it beyond any hope of repair. I quickly check the bag and see its suggested retail price is 7,900 yen. I think I might have a heart attack. Well, please don't!
Wow, destroyed! Shouldn't have done that, though. They take vandalism super seriously here. You're gonna get caned.
He chortles, amused, before taking a extremely long, loud sip from his can of juice.
It's not vandalism.
I didn't do it on purpose. You made me do it with your words. And what do you mean caned? I don't want to be caned.
Wait, chill out. I didn't mean they actually cane you. They just make you pay for it. And really yell at you. It's like they were going to bite my butt off. Still not that big a deal.
I don't care if it's figurative. I don't want to get caned, or get my butt bitten off, or any kind of punishment, you dumb butt. What am I going to do? I'm the only person in here. That she knows of, anyway. I can't even throw the book in the trash. It will be found. Then she'll know. She will definitely know.
Dang, dude! Stop being so weird!
How's it weird to not want to be fined?
Man, stop flipping out, man!
I'm not flipping out. I'm trying to save money.
So cheap!
I about to strangle him when I hear Misha's coming up the hallway. Apparently, Kenji hears it too and uses the opportunity to quickly vanish behind the autobiography section. Like the wind.
Hi, Hee-chan!
And Yuko's back! Misha shouts exuberantly, dragging an embarrassed Yuko behind her.
Hee-chan! Were you talking to yourself?
No, I was talking to Kenji. On one hand, saying yes can make me look kind of crazy. On the other hand, if I blow Kenji's cover, he might go off and make me look crazy by association. Wow. Knowing Kenji, I wouldn't put that past him. Yes.
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed, Hee-chan. I do it too sometimes when I'm alone. La la la. Nothing happened while I was gone?
Well, something did. I might have accidentally damaged one of the books. I'm so sorry. Absolutely nothing.
It smells like grapes.
I'm wearing grape-scented cologne. I lie brazenly and obviously. From her reaction, I'm going to assume that she knows I'm lying, or thinks I have an abysmal sense for colognes. Since the can of grape juice I drank is still right there, it's likely to be the former. Fortunately, she doesn't ask any follow-up questions. What are you two doing here? What are you two doing together?
We had lunch together. Strictly business, a business lunch.
I tried to picture Misha in a suit, having a business lunch with anyone. Somehow I just can't see it. What kind of business? You don't know?
It's nothing. It's normal for one part of the student council to not know what the other is doing.
Hey, don't nothing something like that. That isn't normal at all. In fact, it's bad. We're only 3 people. Yuko laughs nervously. She must be terrified.
Misha says that you want to put posters in the library for the elections. Even though they are really far away, I guess it's okay. I didn't know that I could even decide those kinds of things. You can! Isn't that great? Aren't you happy? Yay!
Misha grabs Yuko's hands and forces her to clap joyously for herself. Yuko doesn't look very happy about learning that she has more responsibility and power than she previously thought.
Hee-chan! Since you're here, you can help me put them up!
Pulling out a giant stack of posters from her bag, she cuts them in half like a deck of cards and passes me the slightly smushed half. Of course I get that half.
Hee-chan had a really good idea! We can put some flyers inside books, too! Then, even if they try to ignore us, they won't be able to! They could even be spring-loaded!
I have no comment on that idea. Misha tries her best to convey the same tone she's gonna use. Sounds close to the real thing, and also a little menacing. She was probably kidding.
I liked it! No, please, not that. A super ultra-aggressive marketing blitz! We're going to start going door-to-door, too!
That's a terrible idea. Misha pouts in her best Shizune impression, fingertips tapping together loudly in annoyance.
Hee-chan! You think every idea is terrible!
Yeah, but that idea is too terrible to ignore. I can't have that.
Hee-chan, that sounds like a challenge! Mutiny! Mutiny is bad. Don't bite. It was just a joke! Okay. Don't bite.
The way Yuko sounds when she's trying to be firm makes me think of a kindergarten teacher. I suppose that makes her very persuasive in her own way. Putting up the posters is surprisingly hard, simply because the library is already plastered with bulletin boards and flyers lying every couple meters, some of them in places so unlikely that I'd never noticed them before. Deciding which of them to peel off in favor of our own adds a lot of time to an otherwise simple job. By the time the bell rings to signal the end of lunch, Misha and I still have a sizable amount of posters left. As we leave, I decide to stick one right by the door. It must be one that Misha did. It has a little drawing of Shizune on the bottom. Aww. Transition! A couple days later, Shizune heads off to eat lunch by herself and doesn't come back. She must really be swamped with student council work, although I know that she probably made the most of that work for herself. When I get to the student council room, I find the door unlocked, but before opening it, I hold back for a second to see if I'll hear Misha's laughing through it. Nothing. I'd almost take that as a sign that no one's in, but Shizune wouldn't leave the door unlocked in that case. She's at her desk, sleeping in her chair with her arms folded over her chest. What a stiff pose. If it weren't for her eyes being closed, there would be no way to tell that she was asleep. In fact, I can't even be sure that she is asleep now. Normally, I'd tap a desk to wake anyone else up, but it wouldn't work with her. I immediately start thinking of tricks I could play on her if she's sleeping. It's disappointing that my train of thought goes in those kinds of directions. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, she's awake. She signs one greeting with each hand. It's really confusing. Hey, what are you doing? Secretly slacking off? Shizune smiles, but lowers her head to conceal it, and tries her best to look annoyed instead. Don't just stand there, it makes me nervous if I'm sitting down and you're not. I take a seat in the nearest chair while Shizune pauses to adjust her glasses on the bridge of her nose like she's fine-tuning an instrument. Why are you so far away? Does that make you nervous too? Pursing her lips, Shizune doesn't look too amused at my taunting her. I had some free time, so I thought I would drop by and see if you were still busy. Do you want to help me? Yeah. Too bad. Well, jeez. I'm grateful, but it's not necessary. I just finished the last of it, and now everything that needs to be done is done. Nice! So formal. Misha was just as business-like yesterday. Are you both getting serious for official student council business? I'm always serious, like the student council candidates should be. That was fast. From zero to immediately criticizing people who aren't even her colleagues yet before I've even had a chance to stretch my legs. At least the presidents, the initiative, then maybe they can motivate everyone else, or at least strong-arm them along. But even though there's a bunch of them, there's also wishy-washy. There's no one running for vice president, so they all want the big prize, but none of them have the right drive for it. And then the treasurers are always so flaky. I've decided to use my power to just eliminate the position. Wait a sec, please. Can you even do that? I don't think it works that way. It is how it is. She thinks it works that way. With that, Shizune stares grimly into the distance, rubbing the frame of her glasses. That doesn't answer the question, future dictator. I'm disappointed. They should want me out of here faster because they want the job, or at least disagree with me having the job. If I can't mobilize a bunch of student council wannabes for either reason, all my work will have been for nothing. If they are going to be so slow about it, I'll just hold on to my office as long as possible. Shizune punctuates the sentence with the snap of her fingers, creating a sound as sharp as a gunshot. I wonder if she knows how loud she can do that. It's definitely an attention grabber, so I can only see it as invaluable to a mute. She must have practiced it because of that. All of it, huh? That's too harsh. I always thought this was the real test. Leaving a lasting impression is important. It's why I don't build sandcastles. They crumble when you leave. Maybe, but if I see an especially neat one, I still think it's impressive. I'll say it's impressive. I kind of admire you, so to me, it wasn't for nothing. She tugs at her glasses as if she wants to take them off, smiling wryly. Sorry. I was careless, and something selfish slipped out. I've always wanted to stand at the top. It didn't matter what it was. As long as I was the best at it, and understood it completely, I made it my own. Like when you hear a song and dream about being a musician, or see a plane and wish you could be a pilot. Have you ever had a dream like that? Yeah. For the first time I played soccer, I'd wonder if maybe I could ever get good enough to wow people. That was just a fantasy though. As soon as I saw the gap between me and people with real talent, I put those dreams behind me. Eesh. Well, with my heart the way it is, I can't play soccer anymore anyway. Yeah, that's true, as sad as it is to admit. Do you still have dreams like that? No, they're unrealistic. I realized it very quickly. There's always someone better. A nostalgic expression crosses her face. She looks oddly mature now, as if the days of competing vigorously against others for supremacy are long behind her. Of course, I know that nothing could be further from the truth. Just last week, she wanted to see which one of us could blow the biggest bubble with a piece of gum. It could be that she was even worse than she was younger. A terrifying thought. I like that there was always someone better. When someone greater than me would appear, I get so excited. I want to challenge them. Even though in the end, they would always turn out to be better, and I would be left in awe. There are some people who are on a different level completely. After a while, I got jealous. I wanted something like that for myself. Is that what the student council is? The thing just for you? No. Even though it feels like that sometimes, that wasn't why I decided to do it. That is another story entirely. But I like being student council president. Even if the work is hard and I'm always biting off more than I can chew, that is what keeps it exciting. People at the top shouldn't be able to be comfortable all the time anyway. You sound like a farmer. Although they wouldn't suit her, she said it would look cute in overalls and a straw hat. So, if that wasn't the reason, why'd you run for the job? I didn't, but afterwards, I decided to stick with it anyway. I wanted to be the student council president because the old student council was stupid. And I wanted to stir people up so that they would be able to say, that was interesting. Today was interesting. That kind of thing. Memorable experiences. I'm happy because I think we succeeded. You, Misha, and me. I have a selfish desire too, though. At first, it was something I thought would only be a nice bonus, but I've gotten greedy. That's why it would make me happy if the elections go smoothly. It would be the only way that I could see that my wish was granted. What is it then? It's a secret. Sensing that I might not be ready to let such a weak dodge slide by so easily, Shizune quickly waves down any attempt at a follow-up, embarrassment coloring her face. It's something she wants to keep to herself only because it's too silly to do otherwise. I start to feel a pang of hunger and check my watch. It's earlier than it looks. Too early for dinner. Do you have any kind of food in your desk? For a second, it looks like the question confuses her, but she recovers quickly. Desks are for supplies. Food is supplies. I mean, yeah, that's true. You should have eaten lunch. I don't think it would be a problem if I didn't. If I was working, I wouldn't have to think about it. I'd be too busy to be hungry. She puts her hand up to her mouth in a poor attempt to conceal a laugh, and tries to hide it further by pretending to use it to push her glasses further up the bridge of her nose. I guess you're not, since you already ate. I'm not good enough to sign the appropriate words, so I stop her pointing at a stack of Chinese food containers hanging precariously out of the top of her trash can. Those are from yesterday. Then we're both hungry. Let's get something to eat. Not from the cafeteria. There isn't anything good at lunch, so I really doubt there would be anything good left over. Order something? Ordering out 2 days in a row is unnatural. Only in case of emergencies. That is my personal policy. This is why she should think of putting some snacks on her desk. It would be an easier way of dealing with these kinds of quote-unquote emergencies. I once tell her, but saying out how hungry I am like 5 times has made me too tired to be a smart butt. The temptation is really great though. Hi! Hi! Misha's distinctive up and down voice seems muffled through the door. She bursts in a second later. Awkward. Hee-chan! You're here too! Two? How'd you know there was already someone in here? If it opens, someone is inside! Am I interrupting? Shizune shakes her head. Great! That's really great! But I was sure that I would be. Is this a break? I thought so too, but it turns out everything student council related is over for now. Is that why you're here? Yeah! That's right, Hee-chan! Sorry to disappoint you. We were just discussing whether or not to order out for dinner. That sounds fun! Shizune isn't being very fun about it though. She says that she can't order food 2 days in a row. Are you hungry too? Because if you are, we could outvote her. That sounds fun, Hee-chan! And I am a little hungry. I thought thought you would say it sounds like mutiny. Shizune pinches the frame of her glasses, clearly thinking that it does seem like mutiny, but being able to pay a clean 2-to-1 margin, there's nothing she can do. Misha already has her phone out. Softly garish.
Shi-chan, you promised we would have a student council thing just for us, right? Right? This can be it!
Shizune only shakes her head. The last party she will be able to attend as Yamaku's student council president is too special to her to put that label on our spur-of-the-moment early dinner. Even though I'm sure the real thing will be just like this, a meal like any other, with the 3 of us. After we finish eating and clean up, I say goodbye to them and head to my dorm. Although I don't feel particularly tired, I think I'll just go straight to sleep tonight. If I were back home, my mom would nag me not to go to bed right after eating, but what she doesn't know won't hurt her. I take a look at the clock as soon as I get in, and realize it's a lot later than I thought. It also feels a bit silly checking the clock when I have a phone and a wristwatch. I take off my watch and hold it in one hand while holding my phone in the other. It makes me feel powerful. And stupid. I try unsuccessfully to go to sleep, and I'm glad when someone interrupts me by knocking on my door after only a few minutes. I figure that I couldn't be anyone but Kenji, which is why I'm surprised that when it ends up being Misha.
Hi, Chan! You look happy to see me.
Yeah, I wanted to see Kenji. I mean, what? No, I'm just kind of surprised. Did she say remember something that she wants me to do after all? It's late, but whatever. I guess it's good enough that I did. I guess it's good that I didn't change.
Nope. I just thought I'd follow you back, Hee-chan.
Fun? No, of course not. It's because she wants to talk. It must be about something important, and something she doesn't want Shizune to know about. Do you want to come in?
Yeah, thanks, Hee-chan.
She walks in and immediately takes a seat in the chair. The natural thing to do, but I expected her to sit on the bed.
Hee-chan.
This sounds serious. Misha frowns harshly, arms folded over her chest. It's like she's trying to play a grim interrogator. All that's missing is the mustache and the dangling, flickering light bulb on the string.
Did you make Shi-chan sad?
What do you mean?
When I went to the office today, Shi-chan didn't hear me coming. That's why, when I opened the door, I saw a really confusing expression on her face. Shi-chan looked happy and sad, and I want to know why.
Well, it wasn't because of me. I didn't even see it. I think she's depressed that she won't be student council president anymore in a few months.
When I asked Shi-chan about it, she said that it was okay.
That's meaningless. Shizune would say that, but it's ridiculous to think she would let it go that easily. I mean, there are times when she'll want to fight over me over the last apple, or chocolate milk, or whatever, and that is stuff that doesn't even matter.
Chocolate milk is important!
Okay, it is. Don't get mad. But not as much as student council is to her. She wouldn't just wave it off so easily.
You're right.
I thought that this was supposed to be an interrogation, but it appears Misha has already forgotten about it.
But I don't want Shi-chan to lie to me if it makes make me feel better. Most people don't know how serious Shi-chan is and think she's just putting on a show. I'm happy you understand her, Hee-chan.
It's obvious, especially with how she talked about it today. Misha leans in closer with interest, resting her hand on her palms.
Really? What did she say?
They're close enough that I don't think much of how she is prying. Why she joined the student council? Sort of. She started, but then decided that some stuff should just say classified. And signed, it's secret. So, I guess that's what she told me. It's a secret.
Well, if someone tells you that they have a secret, you can sort of call that a secret by itself, Hee-chan.
Just like how, according to you, luck is a skill?
It can be.
Be careful, not so loud.
Why, Hee-chan?
You're going to wake up half the people in the building, and on top of that, the dorms aren't co-ed.
Hee-chan, are you thinking something dirty?
Stop being weird!
If you are, it's okay, I think.
Hearing that makes me realize how easy it's been for me to talk to Misha with all this time. That I would be able to go this long without feeling the need to be on guard. This is the first time I have.
I feel sad, Hee-chan. It's funny. It's funny. The happier Shi-chan gets, the more depressed I feel. Even though I should be happy for Shi-chan. I still am. But I can't talk about my problems with her.
Why not?
Just like Shi-chan can't talk about her problems to me. It's the same thing, He-chan. If we have that kind of problem, then I'm not sure anymore what I should do. I wonder if I'm a bad friend.
You're not that bad of a friend! Misha gets up and quickly drops herself on the bed until we're sitting only a few inches apart. Just a couple seconds later, she pushes her head forward and gives me a light kiss. It misses my lips, more due to bad aim on her part than because of me. What are you doing? Although it's just formality, I'd be stupid to not know what she is getting at. It's just that it seems so unlikely that I'm hoping that there will be some way I won't have to deal with it. Now she decides to be shy and giggles embarrassed.
Do you like me, He-chan?
I'm kind of dating Shizune. Yeah. Her head is buried in my chest. It feels like she's talking into my scar. She might be able to feel it brushing against her cheek. I tried too hard to hide it from both of them before. It seems like such a dumb thing to have worried so much about in retrospect.
Please comfort me, He-chan. Just for today.
Oh. Well, I don't know about this. I mean, comforting her would be a nice thing to do, but the way I'm going to comfort her, I have a feeling that I know what it is, and I don't think it would be right to betray Shizune like that. Oh man. What should I do?